glutes from home. Take one.
So I've always been a huge advocate of bodyweight training. At the very least, if you know how to get a good workout, then you always have a place to train, you know? No matter where you go, you can always work your muscles hard. Now, some muscles are easier to train with bodyweight than others. Mainly the pushing muscles, they're easy to train with bodyweight because you just need your body and a floor, you know? You can do handstand stuff, you can do push-ups from different angles, and you can do even dips. So you can do all these pressing movements, and you can do all these squatting movements to work your quads, you know? Different squats, lunges, step-ups, split squats. So quads, pecs, you know, triceps, front delts, and to some extent the glutes are very easy to train. Now, some muscles are hard to train with body weight, mainly the pulling muscles. You need something to grip onto. So if you have a chin-up bar, that's great. You can train your lats. And you know, you can do inverted rows and stuff like that if you have something to grip onto. And with hamstrings, you almost need like something to do Nordic ham curls or something to trap you in to do like back extensions. Nevertheless, since the glutes have 3 joint actions, you know, hip extension, hip external rotation, hip abduction, there's a wide variety of exercises for the glutes. And there's also a lot of ways to progress an exercise and make it harder. So obviously training from home has become much more important in this era because of the quarantine, you know, because of COVID. I have friends that didn't go to gym for an entire year. So hopefully you can acquire dumbbells and bands. You know, if you have dumbbells and bands, it makes things so much easier because now you can add weight to your lunges and your squats and your hip thrusts and things like that. But even if you just had your own body weight, as long as you have different types of furniture around the house, I truly believe that you can either build your glutes if you're, you know, a novice or intermediate, or at least maintain your glutes if you're advanced. The trick is to know the right exercise to perform. So I have broken down the home glute exercise into 3 categories. Ones that are best suited for novices, you know, beginners, the ones that are kind of intermediate, and then you have the advanced glute exercises. But I do want it to be known that even if you're advanced, you can still do the exercises in the previous 2 categories. You'll just do them with higher reps. Now, let's say you start with these exercises in this video and with just body weight, and then over time, you acquire some dumbbells of different sizes, you acquire ankle weights, you buy a bunch of glute loops. In that case, you will have vastly improve the likelihood of building your glutes because now you can add load. But even take a guy like myself, you know, I've been training for almost 30 years now. I've hip thrusted 800 pounds. I've deadlifted 635 pounds. And a few times a week, I still do my frog pumps and my lateral band walks. And that workout, you know, the frog pumps annihilate my lower glutes and the lateral band walks annihilate my upper glutes. And I have the craziest pump. So I feel that workout a lot more than I do my heavy workout, but I think they're synergistic. You know, the heavy weight, which you do with progressive overload in mind, and then the body weight and band stuff, which is performed more with a mind-muscle connection and for the pump. But rest assured, if you master the exercise in this video and you go on to be a rock star in the advanced column, you're gonna build some booty, or you're at least gonna maintain what you already have. So I was very happy to have my friend Grace Chen visiting me, and here are the home glute exercises broken down into novice, intermediate, and advanced. Welcome to Casa de Contreras. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to train glutes from home, but I'm gonna break it down into novice exercises, intermediate exercise, and advanced exercise. So I am lucky to have Grace Chen with me, AKA Young Grace. She's gonna demonstrate these exercises for me. So we're just gonna roll through them. The first glute exercise to do at home is the standard glute bridge. So lay down, palms flat. All right, just bust out 5 reps of every exercise. 1, 2, we're looking for around a right angle at the knees at the top. She doesn't want to hyperextend too much. Show a hyperextension too much. You don't want to go that far. Okay, that's the glute bridge. Now, scoot forward. You can do the feet elevated glute bridge. And that, I would recommend pushing through the corner, not heels. If you push through the heels at the top, then it's more hamstring. Okay, 5 reps, go for it. 1. Now, this just has a little more range of motion, but due to the angle, it's a little bit easier. It's a little bit less quad, a little bit more hammy. Okay, so that's the feet elevated glute bridge. Now, flip around, let's show them the hip thrust. Okay. 5 reps. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Pushing through the heels, right angle at the knees, reaching full hip extension, looking forward. Okay, so that's the hip thrust. Now we're going to the B stance hip thrust. And this is a variation where you want to kind of put around 70% of the load on the, switch legs, do it, yeah. So you want about 70% of the load on this leg, then lift this toe up, yep. So this toe, actually put it like there, just a little closer. Okay, it's mostly a single leg exercise. It's a quasi or like a pseudo single leg exercise because you're using both, but you're using much more of one than the other. So try to focus on this leg doing the work. Go for it. Okay. Okay, so that's the B stance hip thrust. Again, most of the work is being done by the right leg though, then she'd switch legs and match the number of reps. All right, stand up. Let me help you up.
Oh, thank you.
Let's do a box squat. Now, we can do a high box squat, like you could, if you're, depending on how out of shape you are, you can kind of, what I like is to stand diagonal with there.
Corner?
Yep.
Touching it?
Yep. Come all the way down, cross your arms, yep. So everyone starts somewhere. The easiest of squats is the box squat, and then once you get better, you can do a lower box squat. Okay, use this.
Same thing, corner?
Sure. Okay, you could go low like this, and then in addition to doing box squats, you can just do free squats, okay, and put your hands forward. Yep. This is the easiest way. So box squats and squats are beginner movements for, actually, you know, if you're obese, a lot of these exercises are just good exercise. They get your heart rate going. They're very challenging. If I train obese subjects, I might give them, you know, 3 sets of 20 glute bridges, 3 sets of 20 box squats. It whoops their butt. So, and then some of these exercises can also be done by advanced. Like I do squats, just bodyweight squats. I'll do 3 sets of 30, constant tension style. I'll go over that. So some of them have some crossover, but in general, these are the easiest ones. So now we're going to show a split squat. So now we're moving into more single leg, not a Bulgarian split squat. You're just going to stand on the ground. Yep. Okay, there you go. So this is the split squat. You're putting around 80% of your loading on the front foot, 20% on the rear foot. All right, now we have the low step up. Okay, so again, everyone starts somewhere. I've trained people, this is where they started. In fact, I've trained people where I had to hold on to their hands like this while they do it. Okay, and this was where they started. And then I gradually increased the range of motion over time. All right, and then eventually I take my, keep going. I take my assistance away, or they could brace onto something. They could do it near a wall where they can kind of use for balance. And then the goal is to increase the height over time. All right, now we got the reaching Romanian deadlift. Okay, so you're gonna do, that whole thing. Go for it. Okay. Reach up higher as you come up, but be as fluid. So where you're, yep. And then hold on, come down. So you're gonna be like right here, but look down. Can you go deeper? There's where you want to be at the bottom. Okay, go for it. Well, this is she just whispered, this is beginner, because it's hard because of balance. This is hard for me. I always feel like I'm drunk or something when I do these. I'm so off balance, but it's a balance exercise. It's not really a strength training exercise. It's not hard for any of the muscles. Now we have the spread eagle reverse hyper. So you can find either a countertop, or you can do them over a couch or something. We're gonna show over the countertop. I don't know, let's see. Yeah, you're gonna be fine. Okay, so this is the spread eagle reverse hyper, and you can see she starts narrow, ends wide, okay? Now, what if you're on like a couch or a lower table? Then you're gonna do the bent to straight leg reverse hyper. So you start out bent, and then you kick back. There. bent to straight leg. Thing you want to watch out for here is don't overarch here. Try to move mostly through the hips. Okay, thank you. Moving on. Now we're going to get on all fours and do the quadruped hip extension. So Grace is going to get on all fours. She's going to keep, nope, straight back, kick back, yep. Straight back. Not leg straight, leg bent the whole time. Yep. Perfect. 5 reps. She's not overarching here. See how this remains stable? Okay, then she would switch and repeat on the other leg. Now another option is the back extension. So what Grace is going to do here is just kind of, she's going to drape herself over this, and I'm going to hold her legs. Now obviously you need a partner for this, but it's real easy. Like I can do this with one hand, watch. It's very easy to hold here, okay? So it's not hard. If you had a kid, you could almost have a kid hold your legs here, okay? So that's the back extension. Now we have a few exercises left. We're going to get in sideline position. We have the sideline clam. So from here, you're just going to get, kind of crisscross your feet right there, and then come up. But don't lean back. Stay forward, there. Come up as high as you can, there. This is the sideline clam. When you do it right, there's not that much range of motion, okay? Now, from here, she's going to straighten. She can either straighten her legs or this leg can be bent. Now, she's going to make sure she's in the frontal plane. Her body is straight. So I would say there. Now, she's going to put this foot down into internal rotation, and she's going to come up, okay? So this is the sideline hip abduction. Okay. Now, back to quadruped. You're going to do a fire hydrant. This is called a fire hydrant because it looks like you're a dog peeing on the fire hydrant. And again, you don't twist too much. So you could rotate and come way up like that, but the goal is to just mostly stay neutral there. You can't come up as high. Good. Okay, that's the fire hydrant. Finally, we have one last exercise, stand up. And Grace is going to do a standing glute squeeze. So from here, you want to be in a posterior pelvic tilt. This is, if you do it right, your butt looks ugly. Okay, ugly butt, posterior pelvic tilt butt, okay? Show arch. Now arch real quick. Arch, this was like if you're taking a picture, someone's taking a picture of your butt, and now show the glute squeeze. See how it tucks under in a posterior pelvic tilt? Okay, shows your hip dips. So you would do that for about 10-second holds, maybe like 4 sets of 10, and those are your beginner glute exercises. All right, back for round 2. Now we're going to go over our intermediate glute exercises. So we're going to start off with the frog pump. Grace is going to get on the ground, and she's going to, push through the elbows. The feet now. She's going to push through the heels. I like the toes away from each other. Okay, go for it. Now, note here, her heels are close to her butt. They're not far away. Also note, she's doing this correctly. Some people love frog pumps, some people don't. So there's about 2/3 of people that like them, 1/3 that don't. Now, if she comes all the way down to here, do a few reps. Do you not like those? She doesn't like it. Feels weird. So she comes up a little bit. So toy around with that, with your, hip abduction level, and figure out the right one for you. Now, if you don't feel these and they don't feel right, don't worry about it. I do these. These are actually, frog pumps are my favorite glute exercise. I do body weight, but I'll do 3 sets of 80, or I'll do like 120, 100, and 80, or 100, 120, 80, and 60, or something like that. I always keep them even numbers. But I do these all the time. I do these several times a week with just body weight. All right, now we're going to do single leg hip thrusts. Okay, so flip around. All right, Grace is going to put her arms out, come up with 2 legs. Now put your feet together, drive heels back just a little bit. Okay, pick one leg up, pick this, let's do the other one, show the other one. Keep it right here the whole time, okay? Come down, come up. Now notice on this, Grace doesn't keep her gaze forward. She doesn't keep her gaze forward and move mostly from the sternum down like we do. Show that. She doesn't do it like this. This doesn't feel right, huh? She does this hingy, so she pushes as tall as she can. Tap the ground, come up. Okay. Then you would switch legs, match reps with the other side. We don't need to show that. Okay. Now flip around. Let's show this single leg foot elevated glute bridge. Okay. So this, you're doing one leg at a time. Yep. Okay. And this is a great glute exercise. A lot of people love this. Okay. Now we're going to show the constant tension squat. Okay. So this is just, you're going to do it, put your arms out. You're just going to do squats, but you're going to do them kind of rapidly. Go for it. No, deep, deep. Yep. There. Good. Now, I do these 3 sets of 30. And I rest about 1 minute in between sets, and these kill me. These smoke my quads, but I do feel them in my glutes when I do these. So, you got it. But the trick is doing constant tension style like that, and that's a pretty good glute exercise if you have no equipment. Now, next up, we've got the medium step up. So we're going to go from right here, foot on the table. Okay, hands on hips, or you could do them in front of you. Either way, go for it. Good. So again, we just increase the height of the step. All right, now we're going to show the Bulgarian split squat. So come back here, put your back foot. There you go. Okay. These Bulgarians are a legendary single leg movement. These are hard. I don't care who you are. 20 Bulgarian split squats is tough, okay? All right, we also have the reverse lunge. So move forward a little and just take a step back. Good, alternate. Okay, I like doing these alternating style. And then this is very similar to the walking lunge. So let's start back here. Okay. Yep, I want you to show kind of, keep your body oriented forward, but when you step, kind of step out a little bit, zigzag just a little bit. Good. But don't aim that way. Keep your body straight. Yeah, there. That's how I like to do these. Okay. And you can do these, you know, I used to give my clients, even my more advanced clients, I'd go out to the parking lot, do 100 walking lunges, so 50 each leg. And that's pretty brutal. So don't underestimate that. Now we also have the curtsy lunge. So Grace is going to just kind of step back into a stretch. She's going to get this stretch. Perfect. Switch legs. Okay. Now notice she's just trying to get a little extra stretch here so she kind of comes backwards at an angle. All right, that's the curtsy lunge. Now we have the assisted pistol squat. So you need to have someone, your leg's gonna go straight, yeah, okay. And she's gonna use me for assistance, all right? Now, this is not for everyone, not every intermediate can do this, but over time, like let's say she was really weak, she could just use me a lot, you know? She could just pull a lot on me, and then over time, I'm hoping she uses me less and less, and you can kind of gauge that. Of course, you need a partner for that, unless you have some object, like in the gym we do it, in the power rack we put a barbell out, and they can put the barbell about right here, and then they can hold on it, or you can use them with like TRX or suspension straps, but I'm sure you could mimic something in the house. You could use like a long towel trapped in a doorway or something. All right, now we've got the back extension, but she's gonna put her hands behind her head in the prisoner position. So I'm gonna hold on to her feet. Yep. So put your, yep, like that. Go for it. This makes it a little bit harder. It's,
Do I still round my back?
nope, this one you're not rounding. Go straight up. Yep, okay. So this one she doesn't round. So this is a good glute exercise. You actually feel this in the hammies, the erectors, and the glutes. Okay, good. All right. Sorry. You go flipping forward. Okay. So that's the prisoner back extension. Now we've got the quadruped leg swing, okay? What I want young Grace to do is put your knee on this, okay? You're gonna face this way, but put your right knee on that. Yep, and put your hands there. Now, good. Okay, you're gonna kind of keep just a very slight bend in this knee, and then come kick back, and then you come way forward. Don't bend it so much, about here to there. Okay, go for it. Yep, perfect. Now I do these for sets of 30, and I'll do them a little faster, and I'll actually feel this in my glute. It's a body weight, you know, kickback movement, and I feel it. Good. Okay, now we've got the frog reverse hyper. Now Grace is going to come up here on the table. Now this one, she puts her heels together. Now she's not pushing through her toes at all though. She's just pushing through her heels. Okay, go for it. Okay. Interestingly, some people who don't like frog pumps still like these frog reverse hypers, including young Grace. Okay, so that's the frog reverse hyper. We've got 2 more exercises left. Get down in the quadruped. And this one, face Alex. No, face him, like face the camera. Okay. You are going to just get your knees up just a little more, right there, okay. So instead of just coming out and do a fire hydrant right now, okay, what I want you to do is sink as far to this side as you can, and then come up and come as high as you can, as much there. Come down, sink, boom, okay, let's get 5. 1, 2, higher, good, 3, yes. 4, last 1, 5. You feel that? See? Even young Grace is feeling this one. Okay, and then the last exercise is the Rkc Plank. So this is like a standing glute squeeze, but in a plank position. She gets in a plank, and then from here, squeeze the glutes as hard as she can. Okay. Get a little higher. Squeeze. Good. You see this is just an ugly movement. You see this rounded back. The glutes are caved in. You'll see the hip dips, but this is working very well. Okay, you actually feel this a lot more in your abs too. Not only your rectus abdominis, but your internal and external obliques. Me and my buddy Brad Schoenfeld did a study on this, like must have been like 8 years ago or something. But yeah, your abs end up working way harder. So it's not only a good glute exercise, it's a good abdominal exercise. And that concludes the intermediate glute exercises. Okay, now back for round 3. These are the advanced glute exercises. So it's something to work your way up to if you're a novice or an intermediate. Not everyone can do these, but if you are advanced, you're used to going to the gym, you're used to piling on a lot of weight, you're gonna be surprised that a lot of these are perfectly suitable for you. People have this misconception that, training from home is for sissies or something like that, and you're gonna see these are really tough exercises. I can't even do some of them. Like I suck at pistol squats and Cossack squats. So luckily I have Grace here as she's better at demonstrating a lot of these. So we're gonna start out with the dual elevated single leg hip thrust. So Grace is going to put her arms out, put one leg up, okay? Now she is going to, she's going to keep one leg up, touch the ground, boom, come up. This is a large range of motion. Yep, Okay, then she switches. Okay. These are brutal, okay? And you'll feel these in the glutes and the hamstrings. Great. Okay. All right. Now we've got the partner hip thrust, okay? So start from the top. All right. We've got Walter here, Grace's boyfriend, okay. So she's gonna come to the top. All right. Get a little bit wider stance. Walter, you're gonna stand in the middle there. No, facing this way, okay? And you are going to sit down there. Now, put your, yep, and then hold under her legs. Now, she's gonna, when you get down to the bottom, as she comes up, it's gonna push you forward. You can keep, your legs can touch the ground a little bit. It's still hard, okay. All right, go for it. Come down, no, so keep your legs up, and then as you come up, yes, there. Okay, come down, legs up. Okay, let's try and get 10 reps. 2, good. 3, good. 4, 5, see it's getting tough, okay. 6, 7, all right, let's get 3 more. 8, 2 more, come up high. 9, okay, and 10. Okay, thank you, Walter. Much appreciated. Okay, see, she just got a good glute workout. Walter, what do you weigh?
185.
Walter weighs 185, but it's different from a barbell. Like you can do probably like 275 for 10, don't you think, barbell?
315 for 10.
You've done 315 for 10?
15.
Whoa. But you can see there that Walter, it's just awkward weight. It's different. So she ended up getting a good glute workout with her boyfriend. Now, it's different. Like if Walter hip thrusted Grace, he'd need to do 30 reps or so. But it's nice if you're, especially like a smaller woman, like what do you weigh?
110.
110. Grace weighs 110, and she's hip thrusting her 185-pound boyfriend. Me, I weigh 250. So yeah, Grace would hit like 6 reps with me. But anyway, that's the best way. People always say like, you know, when I released these last year during the quarantine, I got a lot of people that were like, no, this is just ridiculous. I don't care how ridiculous something looks. I'm trying to get you to keep your glutes or build your glutes from home. And this is the best thing you can do. Do those partner hip thrusts all the time if you can. So hopefully you have a partner to do them with. If not, that's fine. There's tons of other great glute exercises I'm showing you. Now we are going to move on to the high step up. Okay, so you can face this way. Grace is going to put her foot up on, whole foot up there. Yep, good. Okay, I'll make sure this doesn't move. Okay, puts her hands straight out, come up. Good. Okay, now the way I usually start people out by holding onto their hands like this, okay? And I say, go fast, boom, yep, like that. And then over time, then I would just say, okay, now do them on your own.
That fast?
Not that fast, no. Yeah, you won't be able to do them that fast. But high step ups are amazing. They're such a good glute exercise. The one thing you want to do is don't shoot the hips up so much. Like show where you like lean way forward and shoot the hips up. Yeah, that's what I do. And then that's what I try and do with these. So make sure you keep a constant torso angle while you do these. And again, don't have your foot off here you'd be forced to push through your toes. You want to always push through the heels. And don't spring up so much with that bottom leg. Okay, now we've got the deficit Bulgarian split squat. Okay, you get a little stool. Okay, we might want to put this a little closer. Yep, this goes a little closer than normal. All right, good. Now drop all the way down to where you almost touch there. Yep, great. Okay, this is the deficit Bulgarian split squat. Great. Okay, now turn around this way, face this way. Just show a deficit reverse lunge. Okay. Good. Now the deficit reverse lunge, it's cool because you can let's say you don't have this height. Let's say you have this height. You can do them as well. Stand up here. Okay. Drop down and then sink down into lunge. Well, don't step back that far. Just kind of step straight down. Let your knee go forward. Yep, there. That's it. Yep, just like that. Okay. So you can have different heights of deficits. Okay, good. Now we're going to do a Cossack squat. So stand wide stance. Okay. Now these are really tough. I suck at these. Thank God Grace is here. So she is going to come down onto this leg, and this leg will, it's like a side lunge, but going really deep. This foot will turn up. Okay, go for it. Hands out. Good. Come up. Okay. Next side. Good. Okay. These are brutal. So the Cossack squat is good for strength and glutes and mobility too. You get a lot of stretch on those. So that's the Cossack squat. Now we're moving on to this single leg box squat. Okay, you would start off high. Okay, you're gonna
Single leg box squat.
Yep, stand on one leg.
Oh, like this.
Okay, hands out. Sit back. Stand up. Good. Yeah, so these are hard for me. This would be where I'm at, you know? But young Grace could probably do them off this. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, let's try. Do a couple reps holding my hand. Okay, yep, good. Okay, try without me now. Okay, I think you can do it. I think you can do it. Go for it. I mean, that's almost a pistol. Yep, okay. So, she can do this single leg box squat very low. Now, the next natural progression is the pistol, but before we do regular pistols off the ground, I like the progression to be standing on something like this. So stand up here, face this way, yep, and then get close to the side. Now, back up just a little so your whole foot is there. And then this way your leg doesn't have to come straight out. Let it kind of dangle down a little. Not that far. Nope, nope, nope. It comes in front of you, but it doesn't have to be like way up here at the bottom, you know? Okay, go for it. Yep. Up deeper. Can you go deeper?
Yeah, but I'm scared.
Yep. I got you. Okay. Deeper. So this is what I like to do. One more. See how the leg can go down a little bit? Because now let's go here. Switch legs. Okay. Now do the full pistol.
Okay, I can only do this one.
Oh, okay. Full pistol.
I'm gonna kill this.
Okay. She does a full pistol. See how this, I have trouble with this hip flexor is weak. It's really hard for me to hold that leg up. So, all right, try one on your own. Okay, great. All right. So that's a pistol squat. Okay. You all right?
Great.
Okay. Now we got one more kind of like single leg knee dominant movement, the skater squat. And this looks like it'd be easy, but it's actually brutal. In fact, I can't do a full skater squat. I've gotten to where I could, but right now I can't because I weigh 250 and haven't been doing them. But basically, when you start off with these, you might have to do partials. So Grace is going to kind of lean forward, arms out. Yep, come down. Good. So I do partials. Can you do them touch the ground? Can you touch the ground on them? The knee to the ground. Come up. Yeah. So that's a skater squat. So show the other leg. Show the weaker leg. Okay. Just do a partial. Good. One more partial. And then do one all the way to the ground. Come on. You got this. Nice. Okay, so that's a skater squat. Okay, now we've got the single leg prisoner back extension. So she's going to go here, but it's one leg. And this is very easy to hold. I don't even have to try here. It's so easy. Hands behind the back. I can just do this. It's really easy. And then, good. He's going to come up there. Okay. Okay, let's switch legs. Okay. Two more. Good. Great. Okay. Touch down. I don't want to make you flip again. Okay. So that's the single leg prisoner back extension. We've got two more exercises, and these are my two favorite abduction movements for the glutes for bodyweight exercises. And the first is this sideline hip raise. So she's going to start kind of in a plank, like a sideline, almost like plank position, but with her legs bent like this. Okay. Now, she's going to start with the legs bent, and it's kind of like as you come up, you don't just try to get maximum hip separation. So you're spreading your legs as far as possible, but you also kind of drive the hips forward a little bit, okay? Go for it. Boom. So she comes up and pushes forward like that, okay? Sinks back, pushes forward. And you want maximum hip separation. She's coming as high as possible. Boom. Okay. These are hard. I do 3 sets of 12 on these, and they kick my butt. And then finally, we've got these extra range sideline hip abduction. Let's do them off this. And we'll put this stool here for your other leg. So you are going to go this way. I'd obviously probably have like a pillow. Let's put a pillow underneath you. Okay. Go for it. Okay. This stool makes things so much easier, okay? So from here, she's going to turn the foot in. She touches the ground. She comes up. Now, if she turned her foot this way, she could end up coming way up to here. You don't want to do that, okay? Stay this way. Don't lean back like this. Stay in the frontal plane right here. You want to feel this right up here in the upper glute, okay? Go for it. Yes, and you can see it on Grace. See that? You can see it working. This is such a good upper glute exercise. All right. I start off people with sets of 20. When they get good, they do sets of 30. Then we'd switch to the other side and repeat. And those are your advanced glute exercises. Okay, so as for what to do for your actual workouts, you're not going to do every one of these exercises. What you're going to do is you're going to pick one knee dominant movement, meaning something that moves your knees and your hips through a large range of motion. So the exercises like squats, lunges, Bulgarian split squats, step ups, pistols, skater squats, those are all examples of knee dominant movements. You're going to pick one of those exercises and you're going to perform 3 to 4 sets. Then you're going to pick a bridging movement, a hip thrust, a bridge, different feet elevations, shoulder elevations, 1 leg, 2 leg, frog pumps. You're going to pick one of those exercises and you'll do 3 to 4 sets. And I can't tell you the rep range because that depends on you. Some people might get 10 reps, some people might get 30 reps. And then finally, you're going to pick an abduction movement and you're going to do 3 to 4 sets. The abduction movements are things like the side lying movements, the fire hydrants, the sideline hip raises. If you have bands, you can do those band exercises there as well. So you're going to pick an abduction movement, do 3 to 4 sets, and then you could finish it off with like a standing glute squeeze or an Rkc Plank. Those are good to do because you're just squeezing your glutes as hard as possible. But in this way, you're only doing 9 to 12 sets, and they don't beat you up too bad. So you could almost train glutes every day in this fashion, but I would recommend taking a couple days a week off. So 3 to 5 days a week. But the thing is, you got to utilize progressive overload. You can't just do the same workout over time. You want to advance in exercise difficulty, which is obvious because I broke those down into different levels, the beginner and the intermediate and the advanced. But you can also increase in reps. So say you do, 3 sets of 8 medium step-ups, and then you get to where you can do 3 sets of 15 medium step-ups. That's progression. Then you move on to a high step-up, and say you're doing 3 sets of 8 high step-ups, and you get to where you can do 3 sets of 15 high step-ups. That's more progression. So over time, you want to move towards the advanced column, and you want to be doing more and more reps. And of course, if you do end up getting dumbbells and ankle weights and bands, then you can add load that way. But until you do that, you're going to increase primarily in reps before you move on to more advanced variations. So there you have it. As you can see, there are some very advanced glute exercises. You probably weren't expecting some of those. Grace just left with her boyfriend. On her way out, she's like, I'm going to be sore from that. So I hope you liked the video. I hope you learned a thing or two. Please go ahead and hit like. Please give it a thumbs up. And make sure you're subscribed to my channel because I'm going to continue coming out with great content on a regular basis. Thanks for watching.
Ready for this!
If you like what you saw in this video and you want to train under my system and principles, then I invite you to click on the link below and subscribe to Booty by Bret and join the thousands of other happy members who are seeing amazing results.